appreciate it. And without further ado, I want to start my speech actually with words of gratitude. Good afternoon, dear friends, colleagues, family, ATC family. And I want to tell you all that I think you are, honestly, in my opinion, one of the best people that I met in the past 10 years. I'd say you are creme de la creme of people that I met who are in such a dense community. You are so driven, you're so free, you're so inspirational, and you are so caring. And you lead by example to me in so many aspects of everyday life and professional life and other aspects of life. And I just want to say that it's such a great honor to be a part of the ATC family. And I find that ATC, Astana Toastmasters Club, is a huge mentor to me. So on this note, I want to discuss with you, what is mentorship? And to answer this question, I want your participation here. So tell me, do you agree with this quote? Mentorship is learning from someone who wants you to grow. Mentorship is learning from someone who wants you to grow. If you agree, please raise your hand so I could see. Okay, great, thank you. So I'm glad to see that many of you agree with this note. It's indeed really important to have somebody who wants you to grow. But with this view, what's really tricky, you put the focus on someone else. You put the focus on someone else that somebody else, probably mentor, wants you to grow. But the first and foremost person who wants to grow should be you. Because it's difficult these days even to make people care how you're doing. So it's even more difficult for people to care for you to grow. You should be the fire, the passion that stands behind in your willingness to grow. You should be driving your mentor to make you learn, make you get better. And if you're not doing that, you'll not go far. So this brings me to the second thought that I had about mentorship. Just a second, I wrote it down. A lot of people have gone further than they could because someone else thought they could. This is a nod to amazing mentors out there, the mentors that see through you, that see through what you present right now and see potential in you. At work, we had this exercise called Gallup Strengths Finder, and the studies show that if you work on improving the strengths in you, you excel exponentially more than when you start working on your weaknesses. And guess what? My number one strength is developer. Developers see potential in people. Developers enjoy seeing people grow. And I'm not saying that I'm an excellent mentor, but I love to see people grow. I love to know how they're improving. I love to feel, I love to impart my wisdom on them, to share my experiences. But when people don't really want to grow and you're just pushing your opinion on them, it really doesn't work. So that brings me to the third part of the mentorship. The quote that I really like: mentorship is a two-way street. You get what you put in. Not only is it important that you want to learn, you have the passion, and you have the person who is there to support you, to get you through, to lead you far, it is also really, really important to change your view on mentee-mentorship relationship. First of all, as a mentee, when you go in, you approach people who you admire. You approach them. You approach the skills that they have and you go after them and you want to learn certain skills. However, don't forget, it's a two-way street. You want to learn certain skills, but think about how can you support that person in other aspects of the life, in other aspects, even the skill that you're learning, how much feedback you can give to that person. Because if you're there just to suck all the knowledge out and be going away, that doesn't work. Same goes into when you're a mentor. When you're a mentor, you're often in a position of superiority. You don't really know the level, but as you get to know the person and as you help them to become better, make sure that you get down to their level or lift them up to your level. Be on the same level with them. Discuss, get feedback. Treat them as equals, not just the ones who you're teaching. Because that way, the mentee feels importance. You build the relationship. You, as a mentor, also get so much more back. So when you have this two-way street working together, you build friendship, you build partnership. Because you give and take, and that just makes you stronger because you can do something that you haven't been able to do when you were alone. So I think that the common, really, conventional way of looking at the mentorship as someone coming and dragging you out to be better, or you trying to ask somebody to make you better, doesn't really work. Think about it. Think about mentorship as partnership. Think about it as a thing that you can always complement each other. So on that note, I just want to say that with ATC being my mentor, it didn't quite work as great as I hoped was being a mentee or being a mentor, but I find that I'm learning every day from all of you guys because I feel that you have this amazing skills that I approach you to understand, to learn, to be like you, and I hope I'm giving back to you something that I have to make you better. So we are all in this mentor-mentee relationship together. So thank you very much. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.